what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Hot Toys No Time to Die James Bond 6 scale figure. Wow, now this is definitely amazing. And I knew that this would be the particular version of James Bond without suspecting the Hot Toys would do like the Daniel Craig version of James Bond. I really was suspecting that because I saw when they announced like the 007 franchise that they had the licensing to do 007 with James Bond figures. So I was like, whoa, that was awesome. And I was suspecting that it would probably be like the Daniel Craig version of James Bond that they would do. So yeah, I'm definitely excited about this, and this is easy, like another like must buy for me. But anyway, I'm finna get into this right now. Okay, here's the Hot Toys No Time to Die James Bond 6 scale figure. Wow, this is really amazing. We are finally getting some James Bond 6 scale figures from Hot Toys. Whoa, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the company's like first foray into like the James Bond franchise, if I'm not mistaken. But this is definitely like a exciting news for me. And I was suspecting that it would be like the Daniel Craig version of James Bond that we would get. Like when Hot Toys did announce like the 007 license, I was suspecting that it would be Daniel Craig. I wasn't sure which film they would choose from. But I see they chose from like his final film, No Time to Die. But I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have been like Casino Royale or like Skyfall or something like that. But I was expecting that the Bond that they would pick would be Daniel Craig. But yeah, this is still like an amazing news, and this is like a definite must buy for me too as well. Now, the Hot Toys James Bond figure, of course, will be based on the film No Time to Die. It will have like the likeness of Daniel Craig. It will stand 12 inches tall with 30 points of articulation, and he will have a tailored fabric suit. Now, he will also include movable eyes, multiple interchangeable hands, and an assortment of weapons, plus a removable jacket and a display stand too as well. I must admit, I think the display stand that he has looks pretty cool. It's like the backdrop of like the opening like gun barrel sequence, like when like the James Bond films come on. So I think that's pretty cool that the background diorama that Hot Toys gives us for this particular piece. But yeah, like I said, I'm still very excited about this, and I'm on board for picking up this particular James Bond 6 scale figure from Hot Toys. I think the likeness to Daniel Craig on this figure, I think it's okay. I believe it probably could have been better, but I think it's like a decent likeness, and Hot Toys might improve on this before the figure is like released. But even I must admit, I'm hearing other people ranting about like the head is too big and stuff like that. Now even I believe that like the eyes, something is like it's something around like his eyes, like it might not be large enough or something. I'm not too sure, but I'm hearing rants that they think his head is like too big. But I think it's like okay likeness. I don't think it's like the best or the perfect or anything like that. Like it's just okay. Like I said before, earlier, it seems like it could have been better. But it still looks like damn crazy, especially from like certain angles. It does like have like his likeness. Especially like when you have it at certain angles or it's lit a certain way, it looks like him. Now, 007 also comes with 3 guns. He has like 2 pistols, and he also has like a rifle too as well. Because as you can see right here, like on the rifle itself, it has like a foldable design for like I forget what they call that particular piece, like it folds back, and I think you can lift the top of it up too as well. And as far as I'm hearing, like the pistols themselves, I forget what the actual difference is with them. It's like one is just larger than the other one, and I'm sure they'll have their own like removable clips too as well. Now 007 also comes with like a watch, which I must admit looks pretty cool, and they are considering these accessories, so I guess we will have to put this stuff on them, because I know sometimes the figures already have like the watch or certain accessories be already on them. We would just have to roll the sleeve up to see it. But yeah, he does have a watch, and apparently like a cigar tube. He also has like a brace too as well. Even like the bow tie, because I think the bow tie is even removable if you want to as well. So I guess you probably can put that on, or I don't know if you already have that on. But it's cool accessories. I'm also glad that we have the option of removing James Bond's like tuxedo jacket too as well. I think that's pretty cool. So you can take him down to just like his shirt, like in the suspenders and bow tie. So I think this looks pretty cool that we can have like alternate looks for James Bond as well. So I think that's pretty cool. And I think the suit looks great. I can't wait to see how it actually feels like in the hand too. Can't wait to see how that's going to be too. I like the background diorama that comes with the James Bond figure too. It has like the opening like gun barrel sequence, like when the James Bond films come on, you know, like the gun barrel. So I think that's pretty cool that we had that kind of a backdrop. So it looks like it's gonna be made of like a cardboard or something you can just put there, or you probably wouldn't really need it there as well. So I think that's pretty awesome though. Them giving us that particular background scene. Looks pretty awesome. Now, Hot Toys has the No Time to Die James Bond 6 scale figure scheduled to be shipped between April and September of 2026. So yeah, he's like way next year. And like I mentioned earlier, yeah, this is definitely like a must buy. I'm glad the Hot Toys is finally getting into like the James Bond like franchise. That is so awesome. And I'm hoping, I guess it probably will be based on like the success of this particular piece, that we can get like more, you know, like figures based on James Bond, like the Pierce Bronson version. Oh, I would definitely be up for that. Or like a Sean Connery, like Roger Moore, you know, Timothy Dalton, George Lansby. I'll be definitely up for all of them, you know, if Hot Toys does it. But, you know, I was really suspecting them once they announced the 007 franchise. I saw when they announced, I was like, whoa, I was suspecting that it would be the Dan Craig version of James Bond that we would get. And that's pretty cool, though, you know, because he's like the more modern, like new James Bond, which would make sense, you know. Yeah, this is like a definite must buy for me. Now, Hot Toys has the No Time to Die James Bond 6 scale figure scheduled to be shipped between April and September of 2026. So he's not scheduled for release until next year. But yeah, this is like definitely a must buy. Now, I think the likeness to Dan Craig, I admit, I think something's kind of like off with it. But I think it's still like a decent figure, you know. And I'm glad that Hot Toys does now have like the James Bond license. So I wonder if we get more figures like based on like the various different like versions of James Bond. And I guess it probably depends on like the success of this particular figure, you know. But I would like love just like a Pierce Bronson or like a Sean Connery, Roger Moore, you know, Timothy Dalton, George Lansby. I would love to see all those, you know, in 6 scale form from Hot Toys. But there's no question they won't be able to do all of them, you know. Maybe probably about 3 more, if that, and this might be the only one we ever get, you know. But anyway, I'm definitely excited about this and definitely on board for this. And I was speculating that it would be like the Dan Craig version of James Bond that Hot Toys is going to give us. And then even there, I didn't know which film it would be. I was kind of suspecting maybe Casino Royale or like a Skyfall. But it kind of even makes sense for it to be No Time to Die, because they would have more likely pulled from like a more newer, modern version of Bond, you know, like more like the recent film. So that kind of makes sense. But anyway, I'm definitely planning on getting this. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.